Hey everyone, Mimsy here. I am going to do a quick tutorial today on how I made this DIY pegboard. It's a super simple project that anyone can do. I'm doing this because I'm trying to get my sewing room organized. I've had a couple requests for a tour, a sewing room tour, so I'm going to do that next week. So stay tuned for that. But let's get on with this. I'm going to, so I bought the piece of wood. This is a 2-foot by 4-foot piece of birch. And I bought it at Home Depot. It is 1/2 inch thick. I think it was around 20 bucks. So it's a little pricey in my opinion, and then I bought dowels. These are 1/2 inch dowels and they were, I think it was a 4-foot long dowel. And I cut it into 4-inch pieces. So you can get a lot of these 4-inch pieces out of one stick. So let's get started. The first thing that I did was I took some sticky notes and I marked the location of my holes. I just eyeballed the locations so that it would be a lot easier than trying to calculate my locations by measuring the length and the width and dividing it all up. I just stuck the sticky notes on there where I thought it looked good and the spacing that I wanted. Then I came back in with my ruler and determined that they were about 4 inches or 5 inches apart, and then, you know, got precise with my measurements, and that made the whole process really simple. One of the things that I did when I was marking my locations for my holes is I marked that with a crosshairs so that I could take the drill bit, the Forstner bit that I used to drill the holes, and I could put the point of the Forstner bit right into the center of that crosshair, so my holes were really precise, or the location of my holes were really precise. The other thing is you want to make sure that your wood is supported behind it so that when you drill through your wood, you don't blow out the backside and splinter up the backside of your wood. If you have something back there to support your drill, it won't do that. One of the reasons why I love to use TV trays in lieu of a sawhorse is a couple reasons. Number one, they're super cheap. You can find these at garage sales a lot of times, or at thrift stores. You can find a whole set of TV trays at a thrift store. Seems like they're always in there for cheap. Two, they fold up so nice and flat. You can store them almost anywhere. And three, they have more surface area than a sawhorse. So with sawhorses, you got to pull out your sawhorse, and then a lot of times you got to pull out some sort of a piece of wood or some other something to put between the sawhorses so that you have a little surface area, where TV trays give you this nice big square of surface area. So for like this project here, you want to push your drill. You want to be drilling into this, because otherwise, when you come out the back side of this wood, your drill is gonna bang into the wood if there's nothing underneath it. Whereas if you have this underneath here, you're only gonna drill into this, and it doesn't really matter. It's basically your sawhorse. So that's a couple reasons why I really like to use TV trays. So, you know what I mean when I say blow out the other side. When you don't have anything underneath your wood to support it, and your bit goes through your wood, that last push through your wood, it splinters the back side of your wood. So that's why it's good to be supported underneath with your TV tray. You can definitely feel when you've gotten through the wood and hit the TV tray, and you can stop so you don't drill through the TV tray. After I got all my holes drilled, I rolled up some sandpaper and sanded out all those holes, sanded around the edges, and just gave the whole thing a real light sanding. And then I cut all my dowels to the length that I wanted, and I think I cut them 4 inches or 5 inches. I can't quite remember, but that's up to you. You can cut your dowels any length. I could have used my chop saw, but I decided just to go ahead and use my manual saw because my chop saw blade is for big cutting. And then for the install of it, I actually mounted it on 1x2s. So I screwed a couple 1x2s to the wall so that it would sit away from the wall a bit, so that my pegs could actually go through the pegboard. And that's all there is to it. So make sure you check back next week to see the tour of my entire sewing room. Let's see if I can get it cleaned up enough. See you then.